Yo, what is up, buddy? My name is Bruce, and today we are back on Attack on Titan Revolution. So if you guys are familiar with Attack on Titan Revolution, you guys will know that there are 3 different playstyles that you can be in the game. The first playstyle is going to be your ODM Blade users, and this is pretty much where everybody starts when they first play Attack on Titan Revolution. As an ODM Blade user, you're pretty much flying all over the place while holding 2 swords in your hands, killing Titans left, right, and center, and slashing them at their napes, and using crazy abilities that sometimes make you feel like Levi Ackerman. And in my opinion, playing as an ODM Blade user really brings out that Attack on Titan anime experience. However, as most players progress through the game, they tend to stray off from this pure ODM playstyle. They go after the 2 other playstyles in the game, which are Shifting and Thunder Spears. Now, I would admit, playing as Thunder Spears is pretty fun because you are shooting rockets at Titans and you're making them go kaboom, and you're also able to do 2 million damage crits with the correct build, which is kinda insane in my opinion. Now, moving on to Shifting, this is also another fun playstyle to play. You're literally able to shift into like these large humanoid light creatures that are able to do a crap ton of damage, have really cool skills, and can literally be invincible with the correct build. Now, going back to the topic of ODM Blade users, I low-key believe that they are kind of getting left behind. Just in this lobby alone, just look at how many Thunder Spear players there are. Like, it's literally filled with like, I would say 70% Thunder Spear players and just a few Blade users, as you can see right here. Like, it's honestly kind of insane. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, some of these ODM Blade users are getting heavily disrespected, because I remember when I never had Shifting, when I never had Thunder Spears, I would always have a hard time finding a damn raid to join. And when I did find a possible raid to join on the official AOTR Discord server, it would go something like this. Okay, so we got an Attack Titan raid, we got difficulty average, decent modifiers, prestige 1 requirement, not too bad. There's the code starting at 7 out of 10. And then I look down and I see shifters only. And it was the same cycle over and over again for a very long time. And when I finally got my tag serum, I no longer had to worry about these requirements ever again. So in this video, I have threw together a high damage ODM Blade build that will hopefully help you guys get your 5% in raids and also restore the glory of the ODM Blade users. So enough of me yapping, let me go ahead and jump straight into the build. So boom, skill tree right here. I am using the Ackerman family, and you might be wondering, why am I using the Ackerman family? Well, 1, it does have ODM damage stat buffs, 2, it has cool skills, and 3, it has rage mode. And from the Ackerman family, I am only using rage mode, which buffs ODM stats, as well as swift strikes, which kills up to 5 nearby Titans. Moving down to the rest of the skill tree, it's also nothing really too special. For the defensive side of the skill tree, I did go down the crit damage route because I just like crit damage a lot more. And for the support side of the skill tree, I did go down the buffing route because we are going to be self-buffing ourselves a lot to do more damage. So for example, we are going to be using Black Flare and also Order Rage to do more damage. And for the defensive side of the skill tree, I did go down the damage reduction route because I personally just like it a lot more. This is what the layout of my skills look like. I have my Rage mode as my first slot, my Hardy Counter as my second, my Swift Strikes as my third, my Order Rage as my fourth, and my Black Flare as my fifth. Boom. Move on to the perks, and wait, hold on, wait, why is there a freaking legendary perk here, bro? What the heck? Nah, I'm just playing. Anyways, move on to our first offensive perk. I am rocking Kango because it does give you 40% ODM damage increase, which is very good for this build. Moving on to my second offensive slot, I am rocking Black Flash, which is really good because it does allow me to do more crit damage, as well as also allow me to deal maximum damage for every crit. Move on to my body slash core slot, I am rocking a legendary offensive perk, which is Eviscerate, which allows me to do 50% more crit damage, which is honestly pretty good. I have tried other perks in this slot. For example, I've tried Unparalleled Strength and also Perfect Form, but in my opinion and through my testing, I did notice that I was doing more damage with Eviscerate. So if you guys are copying this build, you might want to try different perks for this slot to see which one works best for you. Moving on to my defensive perk, I am rocking Immortal because it does decrease my entry chance, increases my health, and also increases damage reduction, which are all very good things. And lastly, for my support perk, I am rocking Font of Inspiration because we are going to be self-buffing ourselves, and having this perk is going to be very good if you want the most out of our buffs. Moving on to my memories, it's honestly nothing really too special. The only memories that really matter here are going to be Gambler and Quake Strike because they do help me do more damage. After Images and Marksman only apply to Thunder Spears, so just ignore these. If I were to replace one of these memories, I would replace it with Tactician because Tactician does increase your buffs. And lastly, for my artifacts, it's honestly nothing really too special. Again, I am rocking Scars with ODM damage right here, and I'm also rocking the Scarf with crit damage right here. So that's pretty much the entirety of the high damage ODM Blade build. So let me go ahead and jump into a raid and show you guys how much damage this build actually does. Alright, so we're now in the Attack Titan raid, so let's see how much damage this build actually does. Through my testing alone, I do notice that I can get around 1.1 million crit, which I don't think is actually that bad for like an ODM build. So anyways, before we can actually test, we do need to finish phase 1. I don't know what this Titan is freaking doing. Like, yo, chill, calm down, please. Alright, there we go. Let's go activate our Swift Strikes. Boom. Easy. Also, keep in mind, I am not the best ODM player there is. Like, I'm nowhere near an ODM demon. I would say my skill is pretty average, so not expect any like crazy gameplay whatsoever. There we go. Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy right here. Let's also get this guy. Okay, just missed that. Get his eyes. His nape. Okay, where did that guy come from, bro? Where did he come from? Now I have a broken arm, bro. That's actually terrible. And now I can't do as much damage, bro. It's actually wraps. All right, but anyways, let me actually go reload, fall back a bit because we do have a broken arm. So I think that actually lowers my damage a bit, which is kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of bad. But anyways, boom, we're now to phase 2. Let's go ahead and buff ourselves. Let's jump into rage mode and let's get to testing. So boom, black flare. His nape is open. So, okay, boom, 600,000 crit, 800,000 crit, 900,000. I think 300,000 right there, 700,000. Honestly, pretty solid damage so far. 600k, 700k, 500k. Okay, yo, chill. There we go. Dodge that. 300,000. All right, he just hits me there. So far, we're already at 11% damage dealt. So not too bad. Anyways, he's down again. Let's get some more damage. 300,000 crit. Let's actually buff ourselves again. Make sure these buffs are always active because they are going to be important for us to do damage. Let me reload. 300,000. Okay, chill out. So far, 13.7. Hey, at least it's 5%, which is pretty good. Here we go. 700,000. Whoa. Okay, never mind. Alright, come on. Let's get more damage. 700,000. Come on. Give me 1 mil. Give me a mil. What's he doing? What is Aaron doing, bro? 400,000. 700,000. 600,000. Oh, he just jumped into rage mode. Okay, it's actually over. But honestly, so far, this damage, in my opinion, is not that bad. I mean, we're doing consistent, like 500k plus damage, I would say. And we're honestly still surviving. We're currently doing 23.9% damage dealt. Not too sure how much damage we have done, like truly so far, like by like the actual numbers. But we'll see by the end. But I'm confident that we are doing some pretty good damage for an ODM user. So boom, 400,000. Let's see. 600,000, and I just get gripped again. Okay, actually I gotta reload. I have no blades. I just realized I have no blades and no gas whatsoever. This is actually terrible, but I'm pretty sure Aaron is about to die here, so. And let's actually try to get the last hit. Buffed. Oh, and he's died. Never mind. But anyways, let's see how much damage we actually did. So let's say we did 24 million. Okay, not too bad, I'm not gonna lie. So honestly, for ODM users, I think 24 million is pretty decent damage. So overall, I would say this is a pretty decent damage ODM blade build. It will definitely get you that 5% that you need in raids. But anyways, guys, this will be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to press that like button and subscribe for more Attack on Titan Revolution content. Let me know down in the comments below on what other video ideas you guys want to see on Attack on Titan Revolution or on any other games in general. Also, once trading drops, I will be giving away 3 attack serums. So I highly recommend that you guys join my Discord to stay in touch with me and also with the giveaway that I will be doing once trading drops. So link is in the description down below. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.